Welcome to the RISC-V Summit North America. I'm glad to see you all here. It's an honor to be with you. Your presence, your participation, your commitment, and your energy and passion for RISC-V are driving our innovation and are making RISC-V successful. Thank you. First, a few short notes. And first of all, I would like to thank our program committee for the incredible efforts and for making this happen, for the amazing job in putting together a terrific program of sessions and talks. I'm sure you will enjoy it. And thank you to this entire staff and the production team for making this happen. Thank you. A few housekeeping notes before we start. You will find breaks and lunch in the expo hall. It is on your left out of the ballroom. Tonight, join us for the attendee reception. It's sponsored by MIPS. It's beginning at 5:30 p.m. this evening. We have an event code of conduct. Everyone attending has agreed to abide by, and we are enforcing it. In short, everyone shall feel respected, included, and welcome. Treat everyone with professionalism and respect. If you have any concerns, if you see anything suspicious, go to the registration desk, and somebody from the staff and team members will come and support you. Thank you. Please thank our sponsors who are making all these possible. Thank you to our diamond sponsors, Microchip, and the DAM Academy and the Chantier community. Please thank you, our platinum sponsors, Akiana, Andes, Accelera, Breaker, Siemens, Synopsys, and Tenstorrent. Thank you to Circuit Satra, our sponsor for the RISC-V 101 workshop. It was a packed event yesterday. Thank you to Google for sponsoring our collaboration breakfast. We are here today to celebrate 15 years of RISC-V. RISC-V started in May 2010 at UC Berkeley. This is when Professor Chris Stezanovic, Andrew Waterman, Young-Sup Lee, part of the parallel lab led by Professor Dave Patterson. This is when they agreed they needed a new ISA for all the training courses, and they defined the principles of what a new, modern, smart ISA should look like, aligned with the RISC reduced instruction set computer principles defined by Dave Patterson in the early 80s. And from 2010, just a few years later, the RISC-V Foundation was established with 40 founding members. And just a few years later, in 2016, RISC-V was already a commercial success, already used in production. And fast forward a few years. Today, this year in 2025, we are welcoming 15 new members. It's a mix of IoT, AI, security, automotive, telecommunication, software isolation. And it's an even distribution across all geographies. And we also welcome the upgrade of Iswin and Infineon to premier members. They're helping drive and shaping the future of RISC-V. Let's cover in the next few minutes updates on industry focus, on software ecosystem, and global adoption. Let's start with industry focus. 33.7%. This is the RISC-V market penetration in 2031. This is the latest prediction and analysis by the SHD group. The SHD group will be here on stage in a few minutes and will provide all the details. They will explain that RISC-V is exceeding expectations. And look at the numbers and the production and growth over the years. Based on the data from the SHD group, from 2021 to 2031, in 10 years, RISC-V is growing, the market penetration is growing from 2.5% to 33.7% across all the verticals. So let's go and look at the verticals. Automotive, it has been an incredible year, lots of efforts, hectic. We started 1 year ago by setting up the automotive SIG. It is led by Infineon and Tenstorrent. And last March, Infineon announced that their microcontroller roadmap for automotive is fully based on RISC-V. The automotive SIG is now seeing participation from many members. It's a very active discussion. The special interest group is bringing together the requirements from the automotive-specific domain and matching the RISC-V specific extensions and features and capabilities from the technical experts of RISC-V. So the special interest group is where we bring together domain experts and technical experts. And last September, just a month ago, we held the first RISC-V automotive conference in Munich, co-located at the same time as the IAA Mobility Conference. And the message was very strong. We are bringing together the ecosystem for automotive on RISC-V. Data center. We ratified the server SOC and the boot requirement specifications beginning of 2025. And we're now working on the server platform. This is a set of common capabilities and subsystem specifications, as well as a unified boot architecture and runtime services. All this is possible because a few months ago, the UEFI Forum ratified the ACPI 6.6 specifications. And for the first time, they're adding official support for RISC-V in ACPI. This is a major milestone for RISC-V. Security. We're publishing and making available for download today a white paper that describes both the ISA-defined and the non-ISA mechanisms that enable the instantiation and management of isolated supervisor domain and context. This is going into the details of how to use RISC-V at best in a unified way for security. AI. This chart is provided by the Omdia analysis group. And Omdia is showing the forecast revenue for AI processors for the entire market for all the ISAs, and showing that in just 5 years, it is growing incredibly, and edge is a big part. 1/4 is edge AI, the intelligent edge. And this is also backed up by the announcement last week by Google. Google open sourced the RISC-V-based Coral NPU, and it's making available to everyone. And this is already integrated in real edge AI SOCs by Synaptics. So edge AI, the intelligent edge, is an important area. It's our next area of focus at RISC-V in terms of verticals and growth for the RISC-V ecosystem. So I'm glad to announce that today that we have established a collaboration with the Edge AI Foundation. And I would like to welcome Ed Doran, Vice President of Strategy at the Edge AI Foundation, to join me and explain the importance of this step. Thank you, Ed.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much.
And good morning to everyone. We're thrilled to be here. For those of you who haven't met me yet, my name is Ed Doran. I'm the Vice President of the Edge AI Foundation. And if you haven't met the Edge AI Foundation, I think it'd be great to share a little bit about what we do. In essence, we're a global community of academics who work on the cutting edge of AI around the world, of companies who pick up the breakthroughs that are created in academia, productize them and scale them, of venture capitals who invest in that space, and startups who have a novel approach to Edge AI. And we do this because we think Edge AI is one of the fastest growing, most exciting parts of AI. And that is specifically, it's where you take AI and bring it into the real world. Now, what do I mean by that? AI in the real world, when we think about it, is beyond the hyperscaler. We take all of the value that's happening in the hyperscaler, but then what happens when it goes on-prem? What happens when it's at your fingertips, when it's in your hand, when it's in the devices that surround you, on the shop floor, in your vehicle, in the surgical suite, from the bottom of the ocean to the satellites screaming overhead? That's Edge AI. And we're incredibly focused on building a global community of thought leaders, of leading industries, of innovators, because of one key fact. If you think about where the greatest shifts have happened recently and where the greatest value generation has happened, yes, they're catalyzed by technology, but it's because a community adopted them and evolved them and applied them in the real world. So that focus on vibrant global communities is so crucial. And that's why we're so excited to be partnering with RISC-V, because we can bring together our community with yours, and together we can start to evolve AI on the edge in new ways and create new value. Now, we do that by sharing global events. We do events in the Americas, Europe, and Asia. We do educational information. We share blueprints of proven application of AI on the edge that generated value. We do scholarships, most recently in Malawi and Colombia. But it's really about bringing together that community. So we're extremely excited for the next few days. We have a wonderful community here, and we're very excited about how we together can evolve, bringing AI into the real world. So thank you again, Andrea.
Thank you, Ed. And in a few weeks, we will be together at the Edge AI conference.
We will, absolutely. Welcome to Taipei, and join us if you can.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's delve into the software ecosystem. 1 year ago here, we announced the ratification of the RVA-23 profile. It's bringing stability, consolidation, and binary compatibility at the application level. It brings the need, it brings the stability that the operating system vendors need to compile and build software once and run on all the RISC-V compliant application processors. And it mandates important features like hypervisors and vector support. Since then, we have seen an incredible momentum around RVA-23, endorsement and support. We have many members, a growing list of members who are making their IPs available compliant with the RVA-23 profile. And we have important endorsements from the software ecosystem. 1 year ago, as soon as we ratified the RVA-23 specification, the Google Android team praised the effort as a broad industry collaboration. And they set it as a baseline for the upcoming future Android RISC-V application binary interface. And Canonical endorsed RVA-23 and just a couple of weeks ago announced that the Ubuntu 25.10 release is supporting RVA-23 officially. And NVIDIA at the RISC-V Summit in China a few months ago announced their plans to port CUDA on RISC-V. And they explained that this is possible thanks to the stability, the consolidation that the RVA-23 profile is bringing. So you see in 1 year how things have been progressing since the ratification of the profile. That was a cornerstone. And Linux support for RISC-V is accelerating fast. I mentioned Canonical. And Canonical is partnering with Rivos for RISC-V in the data center. And Canonical is also partnering with Alibaba Dam Academy to work together in making Ubuntu available for the Xuantie processor. And Red Hat announced the developer preview of RHEL 10 for RISC-V. This was at the Red Hat Summit in May this year. And Red Hat is partnering with Sci5 and making it available on the P550 platform. Last May, we announced that we upgraded our participation in the Yocto project to the platinum level. This is a bold statement. It's a very important message for the RISC-V community. Being a platinum member of the Yocto project means that RISC-V will be on par with the other ISAs. RISC-V will benefit of a long-term support, well-tested, well-maintained kernel baseline. 5 months later, today, only 5 months after we upgraded our membership and started working deeply with the Yocto team, today RISC-V is already a primary supported target. RISC-V is already part of the test coverage efforts ongoing with the Yocto 5.3 milestone 2. For those who are involved with Yocto, they understand what this means. They understand where this is leading. And we're working closely, as close as ever, with RISE, the RISC-V software ecosystem project. We're partnering together. RISE will have multiple talks today. It's like a RISE track at this event. And RISE has been working incredibly to grow this foundational work and enable officially PyTorch on RISC-V. And RISE is supporting the growing momentum of Llama for RISC-V and optimizing IRI for RISC-V. So thank you to RISE for the great collaboration and for all the efforts that they are putting into the software ecosystem for RISC-V. Let's now talk about global adoption. This year, we have been traveling around the globe, everywhere. We attended RISC-V summits in Europe, in China, here today. We were at the RISC-V Day in Brazil. We were at Embedded World in Germany, the Automotive Conference, the AI Infrastructure Summit in US, the RISC-V participation at Computex. And we organized, for the first time, multiple RISC-V days, all in the same week, all spread around the world, organized by local enthusiasts and RISC-V advocates. At all these events, we have been sharing consistently the same message. You know this chart by heart. RISC-V is an open industry standard like USB and Wi-Fi. Wherever you are in the world, you can download the RISC-V specifications. Locally, you can design your products. And thanks to RISC-V and the entire ecosystem, you engage globally with the ecosystem. Today, it's with great emotion that I announce that RISC-V International has been recognized as a public available specification submitter by ISO IEC JTC1. I've mentioned multiple three-letter acronyms. They are complex to explain, and they want help from the expert. Please welcome Phil Wenblom. Phil is the chair of the ISO IEC JTC1. Thank you, Phil. Welcome. Good morning.
Thank you, Andrea, and good morning, everyone. While many organizations develop standards, international standards have special status. They are the most widely accepted standards in the world. Many countries adopt international standards as their national standards, or they reference international standards in their regulations. As a result, when you build your product or service on top of international standards, it enhances your company's market access. Virtually all countries agree that ISO and IEC develop international standards, and ISO and IEC have a joint technical committee, JTC1, which develops standards in the field of information technology. That's a big space. JTC1 has 24 subcommittees, everything from personal identification to cybersecurity, programming languages, and artificial intelligence. We have about 4,500 experts from around the world developing 500 standards at any point in time, and the committee has published and maintains 3,600 standards. JTC1 standards are everywhere. Your passport and your credit card are based on JTC1 standards. All the characters, videos, and pictures on your phone or computer are encoded using JTC1 standards, and JTC1 standards are used to protect the digital data that you have on your devices and keep it private. So it's a big space, but still JTC1 doesn't cover everything. And for that reason, JTC1 has created a program called the Publicly Available Specification Transposition Process, which allows other organizations that specialize in different areas to apply for the opportunity to have their standards adopted as international standards. The process has two big steps. The first step, an organization applies for the opportunity. It fills out an application that describes how it's structured, how it operates. It's pretty comprehensive. And that application is then balloted by JTC1 members using a one country, one vote process. If the ballot is successful, then the organization becomes a recognized PAS submitter, and it has the opportunity to submit specifications it has published, which are being implemented for consideration to become international standards. When those specifications are submitted, they also go through a one country, one vote process. And if it's successful, then those specifications become ISO IEC standards. They're international standards. RISC-V has recently completed the first step and is now a recognized PAS submitter. So congratulations, Andrea, and to everyone in the RISC-V organization. On behalf of JTC1, we look forward to working with you and collaborating with you.
And we have learned a lot during the process. It has been a tough one, and it has helped us improve our operations and policies and way of working. And we are in a much better shape now.
Yeah,
thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
This is the first step. Thank you. As Phil mentioned, the next step is that we will make sure that the RISC-V ISA manuals will be submitted for evaluation by ISO, IEC, the JTC one, for consideration as an officially recognized industry standard. So in these few minutes, we covered an update on the industry-focused market penetration updates. We covered updates and news on the software ecosystem and the major update on global adoption and industry standards. Industry standards have been a common theme throughout this session and a common theme throughout the RISC-V growth over the years. So as we get close to the next sections of the day, I want to wish you all an amazing week. During your sessions, the talks that you will attend, the conversation networking that you will have outside of the rooms and the breakouts, please write down 3 ideas that come to your mind that you will start investing on from next week. And I would like to ask you to fill out the survey by tomorrow, our feedback survey. We need your feedback. We need to understand how to make this event even more valuable to you all. And you never know. You may win a portable projector by tomorrow evening. So thank you, everyone. Have an amazing week.